Hello everyone, welcome to In Focus program. Today's topic of discussion is 3rd anniversary of Galwan clash, India-China ties. Points of discussion will be background of the news, the Galwan Valley clash, relations between India and China after the clash, ground situation, way forward and practice questions. First of all, moving on to the background of the news, the Galwan Valley clash marks its 3rd anniversary. The Galwan clash of June 15, 16, 2020 strained further the India-China ties, which were already tense. 20 soldiers of Indian Army were killed first time in the clash on the line of actual control after October 1975. In April 2020, the Chinese had intruded in several places in Ladakh which are claimed by India. Now let's discuss about the Galwan Valley clash. Tents and observation posts were put by the People's Liberation Army on India's side of the LAC in Galwan. On June 15, a disagreement arose between the two sides on the continued presence of PLA, which led to the bloody clash. Manhandling of Colonel 𝐺 commander of 16 Bihar, the majority of the troops at Galwan, who asked the Chinese to leave by the PLA, was the immediate cause of the clash. The clash went about for almost 5 hours and involved 600 soldiers of both the sides. As the use of firearms is prohibited by an agreement, the clash involved use of other weapons such as clubs, fire batons, stones were also thrown. The clash led to the death of Colonel Babu after he fell ill in the Galwan river after being hit. Now moving on to relations between India and China after the clash. 3 years after the clash, the border standoff still lingers on. India has ramped up its infrastructure in the valley, the troop presence and the operation logistics. Nearly 50,000 additional troops were deployed to eastern Ladakh in the immediate aftermath of the Galwan Valley clashes. India has been maintaining that its ties with China cannot be normal unless there is peace in the border areas. The last 3 years have seen a massive push towards infrastructure development, which includes creation of military posts, living habitat and gun positions, apart from new roads, bridges, tracks, tunnels and helipads. Now let's discuss about the ground situation. On the ground, after 18 rounds of military level talks, India and China have disengaged at 5 so-called friction points. Demilitarized buffer zones have been established at these places. Serving and retired army officers and China experts in the Indian strategic community agree that buffer zones are a loss of territory for India. There is no clarity about how much land has been converted into buffer zones over the disengagement process. Now lastly, let's discuss about the way forward. On June 8, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar said that any expectation of normalization of India's ties with China when the border situation in eastern Ladakh is not normal is unfounded. Both sides need to decrease the mistrust that has been created between them. Both sides should treat the military escalation in eastern Ladakh with equal seriousness. Now it's time for the practice questions. First of all, prelims-based question. Consider the following statements about the Border Road Organization. 1. It functions under the control of Ministry of Defence. 2. Engineering service and personnel from the General Reserve Engineer Force form the parent cadre of the BRO. 3. The BRO is functional only in India. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 1 and 2 only, 1 and 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3? And now mains question. Do you think that China's emergence as one of the largest trading partners of India has adversely affected the settlement of the outstanding border problem? So that's all for today. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.